What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 90210 Faux Show. We're gonna this is a podcast where I just review episodes of 90210, the hit show from 1990 to 2000. That's right, I'm 41 years old, and that's what I do in my basement is rerun 90210 episodes that are being aired on the Pop channel. So, huge fan, always been a fan, love it. All right, I love 90210. And I got no problem with admitting it. Okay, this episode is actually episode 18. I think it's called. It is episode 18th. April is the cruelest month. All right, and this episode actually was aired 1991, April 11th. All right, I don't know where you were at in 1991, April 11th, but hopefully. You were doing some big things. In April 11th, 1991, I think I was a sophomore in high school. So I was almost about the same age as these guys. So maybe that's one reason why I feel like I connect with this so much. This episode is it's pretty good episode because you know what's great about this episode was Luke Perry starred in it. Yeah, the hit show Friends, Luke Perry. I couldn't believe it. I'm going, holy shit, that's Luke Perry, right? He was a little bit younger, but he still looked like Chandler Luke Perry, you know. And this episode definitely had like a Melendez. I don't know if that's how you say it, but remember the Melendez brothers that killed their fucking rich dad? Like this episode definitely had a hint of that. Like this episode had a hint of I want to kill my dad. And then I'm going to kill myself is what the theme is with this. And then also the side theme, because 90210 always had like the main storyline. Then the side theme was that Donna Martin didn't get a good SAT score. And Donna Martin actually had a reading disability and or like a learning disability. And they were going to help her out on the ACTs or SATs and get her through it. Because Donna did not score very well at all. Brandon and Brenda both scored the same. They scored an 1190 on the SATs. Get the fuck out of here. They're trying to say what because they're twins and they score, you know, they score the same. It's like, who are you trying to fool here? Who are you trying to fool? All right, so let's start the episode off. First of all, Luke Perry looking very sexy. All right, he's out there with the tennis court. He's beating the hell out of these tennis balls. Right, he breaks a racket. Old Brandon Walsh is over there. Doesn't really know him, knows of him. He goes up to him and goes, hey, I'd like to do a story on you. And the kid, Luke Perry's like, fuck off. I'm a rich kid. Get out of here before I spit in your face. And then Brandon Walsh goes, this hit guy, this very famous person, nobody knew about him until they did a story on him. And he goes, oh, yeah? All right, Walsh, you could do a story on me, right? And Luke Perry's, he's like a rich little hotshot, right? And Brandon and him are becoming friends. The side story, like I said, the girls, the ladies, they're talking SATs and stuff like that. So Brandon goes to Luke Perry's, rich guy's house, and it's just him and his dad that live there. And you automatically can tell that him and his dad do not have a good relationship because you see his dad, and his dad's like Mr. Hotshot, come to this country with no money, became like one of the richest men in the country and stuff like that. Luke Perry also has like guns in this like this room and stuff, and Luke Perry's like, Brandon's looking at him, and Luke Perry's like, yeah, my dad taught me how to shoot this gun when I was 6. We went in the backyard and stuff like that, and I don't know why I did like a Boston accent, but maybe because Luke Perry recently played Ted Kennedy. Maybe that's why I'm doing it. I'm like thinking about when he played Ted Kennedy on the Kennedys. And so anyways, episode's going along. Luke Perry said, somehow they dropped the idea that Luke Perry freaking wrote a script, all right? And it's not Luke Perry, but the character of Luke Perry writes a script in this show, right? This hotshot tennis player. And Brandon goes, hey, let me look at it, like that. I don't know anything about it, but let me. And he was like, you'd read it? And he was like, yeah, no problem. So this guy and him are starting to become friends. But Brandon, as he's reading the script, it's straight out of the Melendez's without doing the Melendez because they probably didn't want to get sued. But let me look it up. When was the Melendez's? Because, maybe they didn't even know about the Melendez's. Or I don't even know if I'm saying their name right, all right? The Melendez's, how do you spell that? Melendez's family right there. Yeah, let's see here. When did that happen? Because maybe they didn't even... I wouldn't think so, because this whole fucking episode seems like it's... Oh, so here it is. Lyle and Eric Menendez. Menendez, you stupid idiot. Melendez. Where am I coming up? Hold on here. All right, so yes, no, this is definitely it. It was they were trial 1994 for the '89 murder. So for sure, because they were convicted for the high profile trial in 1994, and but it looks like they allegedly did the murder in '89. I say allegedly because I don't want to get sued. But so this is definitely Melendez. So as Brandon's reading the script, he's realizing like because the script basically shows Luke Perry's character killing his dad, walking in there with one of those guns and shooting his dad, and they actually play it out, And then at first you think like, oh man, this guy's really gonna kill him. So then Brandon he sees the writing on the page right there and the writing on the wall. As this episode's going on, Donna is keeping a secret that she sucks at testing. She's got a learning disability, right? I mean, so something's going on with Donna, but you don't know about her poor SAT testing score, learning disability towards the end of the episode, right? As the episode's going on, Brandon and Luke Perry's friendship is kind of growing here. He's a little standoffish. First of all, Luke Perry looks a bit old. They're doing that shit they used to do when I was growing up and during these years that where they put like a fucking 32-year-old in like a 17-year-old high school's body, and you're like, this guy's 32. All right, I see it. He's, and because he just looks a bit old for even 90210. First of all, another thing is about 90210 that everybody already talked about. Like these guys are so grown up, right? Like Brandon's walking up on people, like like a 35-year-old, entrepreneur or something like he's like walking up on people, shaking their hands, and how you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Like it's like fuck, man. When I was like 16, 17, are you kidding me? It wasn't like that at all. So a lot of my friends were too. Like they don't show their immaturities in these episodes. Like everybody's so grown up, right? Which look, I get it. Maybe that's why we're watching it, But during this episode, also Brenda, she's out there smoking. The girls and did I say Luke? Am I saying Luke Perry this whole time? See, this is where I fucked up. I said Luke Perry. Luke Perry is Dylan McKay. Matthew Perry. God damn it. I'm not deleting this episode either. I've already been talking for like 10 minutes. I am so sorry for anybody. Matthew Perry is the Rich Menendez kid. Matthew Perry. Luke Perry, Matthew. Fuck. I can't. I'm not deleting it, okay? All right? I'm not starting all over. There's no way. I got shit to do today, okay? I got shit to do. And I love 90210, but I am not fucking starting over again. So Matthew Perry, okay, does that make a little bit more sense for people? Does that? Oh my God, he was the one on Friends. He's the Menendez kid. And the whole time he's going to a shrink and he's like, I want my dad dead. So he's even talking this shit, right? So the whole episode, you got Matthew Perry, this gun thing. He's got a problem with his dad because he can't ever measure up to his dad's thing, And yeah, the whole time Brandon's reading the script deeper and deeper, and he's like, this kid wants to fucking kill his dad. Matthew Perry on the show wants to kill his fucking dad, and nobody's listening. He's telling Brenda, he's telling Andrea, he's telling fucking, I think he tried to tell the police possibly and stuff like that. And another thing about this episode is, this is an episode where it's kind of like showing Donna a little bit more also in the side story, where it's like, it's like you're figuring out who Donna is and stuff like that. And they still sprinkle in like, like Dylan McKay and stuff like that, Luke Perry, as we like to call it. So as the episode goes on, you see a little bit more problems with Matthew Perry's character and his dad, and Brandon's trying to be a bud. Brandon's always trying to save somebody, right? Like Brandon's always trying to save somebody. So is Brenda. I get it; they're good kids from the Midwest. But so Brandon comes over. He sees Matthew Perry's character drinking fucking bourbon. Which, first of all, who the fuck drinks bourbon or whiskey when they're like 16 or 17 years old in high school on the rocks? Nobody's fucking doing that. I get it. Like maybe in Beverly Hills they're definitely doing that. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I was doing when I was like 16 though, man? My stepdad had a fucking bar, and we would take Bacardi 151, we'd put it on a plate and we'd light it on fire. Right? We almost caught my fucking house on fire a few times because you just got 2 16, 17-year-old kids catching Bacardi fucking 151 on fire. It's so stupid. So stupid. Anyways, so Brandon's being a bud to this Matthew Perry guy. All right, he's saying, what's going on? I read your script. You want to kill your dad, basically. What's going on with you? Matthew Perry's like, this guy puts a lot of pressure on me. He wants me to be the man that he is, but I'm not that. I want to be that. Fucking Matthew Perry puts a gun on him. he pulls out this fucking Wurlitzer or whatever the fuck it is. And well, first of all, it looks like a small gun. That's like a 25 or something like that, but who knows? Maybe I don't know what caliber that is. And he's pointing it right at his face, right in front of Brandon. It's like, who the fuck wants to kill themselves with a gun in front of somebody that's like, look, man, I was coming over here to help you. You're gonna fucking blow your brains out in front of me, you scumbag? Brandon talks him down, all right? And then, the good old-fashioned, thanks, Walsh. They always do that, thanks, Walsh. Like guys talk like that, I never call my friends, I got a friend last name Williamson. Hey, thanks, Williamson. I do got a friend named, last name Andrews, and I do say that, what's up? Maybe not. I never say it like that. So then you see Steve Sanders, Luke Perry, and, the kid goes, Matthew Perry goes to, a hospital. The dad looks like him, and they all were paired up. And at the end of the thing, Brandon goes, he's talking to Matthew Perry, and he's saying, look, man, I won't run the story. And Matthew Perry's character goes, no, run it, which is real mature for most people be like, fucking don't run that, all right? I was pointing a gun at my head, I wrote a script, I want to kill my dad, and don't fucking run it or we're going to litigate your ass off, bud. Anyways, 90210, you gotta love it, right? I mean, you gotta love it. This episode was very excellent. I thought it was pretty good here. It was directed by Daniel Adius. It was written by Darren Starr, Steve Wasserman, and Jessica Klein, and did a pretty good job on this one. I noticed that I don't know how to run a show, obviously. I'm doing a fucking 90210 podcast in my basement at the age of 41. But you could tell that they got budget numbers for certain shows that they're like, no, we're gonna put the script into this one. We're gonna put a little more juice into this one. And then the other ones are, because there's an episode after this that I'm just like, this is weak shit. It's like they didn't really, it was just like a filler episode, and we'll be talking about that next week. And who knows, maybe I'll do a couple. When the episodes are real weak, this was kind of like a juicy episode. I got no problem breaking it down, but when the episodes are real weak, when fucking, Brenda finds a stray dog and shit like that, and they're gonna fucking keep it and stuff. I mean, how long am I gonna talk about that? I'm gonna have to put a couple episodes together and stuff. But, 1991. That was a long time ago. This episode, I didn't really see... You did see Jenny Garth. You didn't really see Ian Ziering that much. You didn't see on this episode? I definitely did not see David Silver. Where the fuck was David Silver? I didn't really see him in this episode. And, it's crazy that already, 18 episodes in, they're already playing gunplay. 90210 was taking on it. I mean, they were already doing the gunplay one. They were doing they did an episode on drinking. They did an episode on remember Brandon got a DUI that you never heard anything about. Brandon gets a DUI, and then the next episode he's driving like it's nothing. It's like, man, motherfucker, I had buddies that get DUIs, and they ain't getting driving privileges that quick. Okay, buddy? All right? No, there's a couple buses in there that you never seen Brandon taking and shit like that. But whatever. I guess it's Beverly Hills. Who knows? Guys, thank you so much for listening to 90210 for show. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I mainly, my platform is. Please spread it around. Look, man, I get it. I'm talking about 90210 from fucking 1991. But if you're a fan of 90210, let me know, man. I don't know if there's any fans of 90210 out there. Let me know on Instagram. It's Eric Pennell 1975. And please, let's have a good day. Let's go get it.